the driver.
Okay, so to give testimony, right?
Testimony, yes, on that corona. He said a lot, which I was convinced, and I didn't know exactly when Mohbad was dead. Now, let me go like
when
this.
you say the driver, who are you referring to?
The driver of the Prado.
Okay.
The driver that take Mohbad to the event of where they perform.
Okay.
He followed them to the place. At the same time, they follow each other to the house. And he gave a testimony that there's nothing like fighting between Mohbad and his friend, which is Prime Boy. He says so. And Mohbad is the one that broke the glass by himself. That's what he said. And before this before that testimony, what I'm hearing is there is a seriously fighting between Mohbad and his friend, which is the partner. So Mohbad was testified to that. There's nothing between Mohbad and his friend, and they take the vehicle home. On his way going, there is a lot of conversation between Mohbad and his partner, which is very, very serious then. So a lot of arguments. What we call the argument, this man is not a Yoruba, but he can listen to what they are doing. And he said on that, on his statement, he said, the wife said, the next career was spoiled. I will spoil your own career also. You can see the way the wife was talking to him on that, inside that box, inside the vehicle. So when they now reach home, the driver now said he wanted to address the couples. According to them, he said he talked to Mohbad that, please, when you reach home, take it softly, don't argue with your wife anymore. He left without giving the answer to the driver. But suddenly he asked the wife that, hey, please, with what you did is very wrong. You should not continue on what you did here. You put cloth on your husband. The chain that he wearing was tearing. At the same time, you are still making mouth. He said he cautioned her. I said the wife said, forget. You know how to handle him. That's what the driver said. He said, you know how to handle him.
That's what he said in the coroner.
That's what the driver said in the coroner. And the wife left. And simply because there is a damage on that car, he can't let that premises. He was demanding for the money to repair the car. And he slept there. On the midnight on that day, around 3 a.m. in the midnight, he said a lot of people rushed out from the inside. They now said they need this vehicle to go and buy drugs. He said, for what? He said there's no fuel inside his Prado. So they have to take Mohbad's car outside around that 3 o'clock to go and buy drugs on that day. And this driver was still retained there. It may after 11 o'clock in the daytime, when his wife now coming out, are you still there? Say, well, I'm here without collecting money from this. I can't let here. You know, the one now say, okay, don't worry. They now transfer the money to them. But to my surprise, he said the following day morning, around 9 o'clock in the morning, somebody now called him and said, could you believe that the person that you take to show the day before yesterday was died? And try to go and report yourself at this nearby station. He was so surprised, say, what happened?
Mohbad, Olúwa rán mi sí bàbá Mohbad. Àwọn tó bá ń wò mí tó bá ń sún mọ́ wọn. Kó lọ sọ fún bàbá Mohbad. Wọ́n ní wòlíì kan, Olúwa rán mi sí, Olúwa òun dédé rán mi. Tó bá jẹ́ pé mo dáṣẹ́ jẹ́ ó kù Ọlọ́run pẹ̀lú mi. Tó bá jẹ́ pé ohun Olúwa ni, ó kù Ọlọ́run pẹ̀lú mi. Olúwa ní kí n sọ fún bàbá Mohbad kó lọ sin Mohbad. Ṣé ní gbogbo tó ń kọrin kiri yẹn? Tó sì ń lọ sí studio tó ń kọrin kiri yẹn. Bàbá yẹn tí kò bá lọ sin Mohbad, á jẹ ìyà láyé, á jẹ lọ́run. Kó lọ sọ́dọ̀ àwọn wòlíì lòun náà. Ó dẹ̀ mọ àwọn wòlíì. Kó ní wòlíì kan sọ ìran. Ẹ lọ sin ọmọ ọlọ́mọ náà. Justice wo lẹ̀ ń wá kiri. Lagos State gan fúnra ara wa bùkátà tó débẹ̀ kó. Ó kọjá nǹkan tó wọn máa wá justice lórí Mohbad. Ohun tó dé bá Nàìjíríà kọjá nǹkan tó wọn máa wá justice lórí Mohbad. Ẹ wá justice àmọye àwọn tó ti fi justice for Mohbad lówó. Nígbà tí Mohbad kú ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ yìí gan ti sọ pé kó lọ sin tẹ́lẹ̀. Ariwo àwọn èèyàn ló jẹ́ kó tún lọ wú. Ọlọ́run dẹ̀ kádàrá pé bẹ̀lẹ̀ yín náà ti máa dìde. Ayé ti rí yín o. Ẹ jẹ́ kí Mohbad lọ rest in peace. Mo fi Ọlọ́run búra. Tí ayé bá ń jẹ́ ayé, Ọlọ́run mo sọ. ẹ máa ná owó ni ẹ lè rí justice for Mohbad torí pé olójú kì í lajú ẹ lẹ́ẹ̀kítà lùbọ́ kó wọ̀ ká níbẹ̀ ṣe múra sí justice for Mohbad lẹ́tí múra sí ayé ọmọ yín kó tó di pé ìjìdé Mohbad ò ní kú o ṣùgbọ́n ọ̀rọ̀ tí mo ń bá yín sọ yìí ó máa dàbí ọ̀rọ̀ wèrè sórí bẹ́ẹ̀ ni kọ́ jáde justice for Mohbad everybody is making money from Mohbad ẹ gbé ọmọ ọlọ́mọ lọ́kẹ́ lọ sí lẹ́rọ̀ kò sí lè never rí justice bàbá alọ́ba èyí tẹ́ ń kọrin káàkiri studio yẹn tẹ́ ń kọrin káàkiri yẹn gbogbo interview tẹ́ ń ṣe káàkiri yẹn ní ìdí ẹ̀ gbáyé Mohbad ẹ̀ gún mọ́tò lẹ́yìn ikú Mohbad ẹ̀ ti gún mọ́tò lẹ́yìn ikú Mohbad ayé ti mọ̀ yín lẹ́yìn ikú Mohbad ẹ̀ ti ní platform ìyẹn náà tó bẹ́ẹ̀ ti ẹ̀ jèrè ọmọ ń tẹ́ ẹ rí lẹ́yìn ikú Mohbad náà ó tó kẹ́ ẹ mọ́ mi sí lọ́jọ́ alẹ́ ṣé mo sì ń wá kú tó pa ọmọ mi ó lè rí kú tó pa ọmọ ẹ kò sẹ́ni tó máa ń rí ikú carelessness ló pa ọmọ yín eré tẹ̀ ń sá nígbẹ̀yìn ó jẹ́ kẹ́ ẹ ti sá látàárọ̀ ó dàbí ọ̀rọ̀ ìyá Samson ni tí wọ́n sọ pé kọ́mọ ẹ̀ má jẹ́ èèwọ̀ wọ́n ní kọ́mọ ẹ̀ má jẹun àìmọ́ wọ́n ní kọ́mọ ẹ̀ má ti kí ọmọ ẹ̀ má kábẹ́ má kún rí ẹ̀ ìyá Samson dẹ̀ jókòó tẹ́tẹ́rẹ́ báwọn ará àdúgbò bá bẹ̀rẹ̀ pé ìyá Samson ẹ̀ mà kó ojúmọ́ Samson kọ́ àná lọ Gaza ó lọ sí Egypt ó lọ sí Philistine kí ni Samson ń wá kiri ìwọ olùgbèjà Israeli kí ló ń wá kiri ìyá Samson kí alẹ́ sí ni Samson pa láyàn tán oyin wá ń jẹ láyàn yẹn nígbà tó ń bọ̀ lọ́jọ́ kẹta oyin ti sọ́ọ̀kì láyàn ó ti ń jẹ Samson lé àwọn oyin yẹn kúrò ó kó afárá oyin ó jẹ délé Samson jẹ èèwọ̀ ẹni tó ní kó má jẹun àìmọ́ ó jẹ èèwọ̀ nígbà tó jẹ èèwọ̀ tán ó jẹ kíní yẹn délé afárá oyin nígbà tó délé Bíbélì confirm ẹ̀ pé ó tún fún màmá ẹ̀ jẹ ọjọ́ jẹ èèwọ̀ ni. ẹlẹ́ẹ̀kejì obìnrin àjòjì tó wá pa Samson obìnrin kan tiẹ̀ ló pa ṣèbí Naomi wà lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ tó jọ rẹ̀ kí ló tí ò ṣe fẹ́ Naomi tó jẹ́ pé ará Filistini ní Samson lọ́rọ̀júmọ́ ṣé mo yẹ ìgbà tí dẹ̀ nílò fi káàmpù ẹ̀ ń gbọ́ ní màmá Samson wà abiyamọ tí ò bá ti lè gbàdúrà àdúrà ni ó padà gbà ẹ́ Ọlọ́run tó sá fún yẹn náà ló máa padà wá dé bá gbogbo ìgbà tó tí dẹ̀ nílò fi káàmpù ẹ̀ mọ́lé níbo ni ìyá Samson wà tó fi gẹrun ẹ̀ ó kọ́kọ́ dì í lówù ojoojúmọ́ nílẹ̀ nílẹ̀ máa ń bẹ̀rẹ̀ lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ pé òun tọ̀ mí ni sọ ìdí agbára ẹ̀ fún mi ṣé dẹ̀ nílẹ̀ ló pa ni ìyá Samson ló kú ìbànújẹ́ torógo bẹ̀rẹ̀ lájú lójú ayé ẹ̀ ó dẹ̀ parẹ́ ẹ sọ fún bàbá Mohbad ó lọ sí Mohbad o àìsí Mohbad ó máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ ìyà gidi máa dé fún bàbá Mohbad Ọlọ́run ó lọ sí tó bá ti sin Mohbad jẹ́ kọ́ ọmọ ọlọ́mọ rest in peace ìwọ wá máa wá justice kiri gbogbo owó tó jẹ kó o pa kó o fi jẹun o fi gba lọ́yà yóò lè rí justice for Mohbad nítorí carelessness ló pa Mohbad.
Mohbad's father is back once again, and he's back and doing what he knows how to do best, and that is him coming out to point out some of the things he heard. And when I mean what he knows how to do best, I mean there are certain things that Mohbad's father is not saying, and I don't blame him, kind of, because but as it has become what it has become, I think there is nothing to hold back onto. There's nothing to hold back. But then, the matter is so chaotic. Like, now he's talking about the testimony of the of the driver who said, look, this is what I saw, this is what I observed, and this is what I am going to tell the world. There is no need beating around the bush. There's no need pretending and all of that. Let's call a spade a spade. Let's say exactly how it is and how it should be. The truth of the matter is that somehow Mohbad tolerated what he was not supposed to tolerate in his life. That's the truth of it. Now, it's not as if Mohbad is a saint or he didn't have his own fault as a human being. Of course, it would be stupid of us to say, oh, Mohbad is a saint. It would be stupid of us to pretend like Mohbad didn't have his own fault as a person. And part of the fault that we are talking about is the continuous relationship with a woman that you should not be in a relationship with. Like, come on, let us be sincere. Why do you want to be with a woman that you are always in conflict with? That's the truth. Why do you want to be in a relationship with a woman that you will always be in conflict with? What sense is it? What does it make sense? That's the question. Does it make sense that you want to be with a woman whose modus operandi is chaos? It's a bad thing. Like, really, really a bad thing. It's a bad situation. A situation that I'm kind of thinking should not even have happened. It's a bad situation that Mohbad found himself. He found himself in a situation that is so horrible. Horrible situation. That's how where he found himself. We've talked about it several times, and many of us have looked into it. We've processed it. There's nothing we've not done about this justice for Mohbad thing, and there's nothing we've not seen. I mean, a lot of people have looked at it and they're like, no. If Mohbad had knew, he would have gotten himself involved in this mess. It is so messy. So messy. There is no there is nothing anyone wants to say about justice for Mohbad. I mean, that you wouldn't want to point out. That you want to point out some of the errors of Mohbad. How he had given himself into a woman that is hell-bent on making sure that his morning turns to night. Now, what was the argument about? It's about Mohbad moving on with his life. It's about Mohbad maybe getting to the end of the journey. And this is the problem about life. You know, when you are supposed to move out, when you're supposed to quit, when you're supposed to end a relationship that is counterproductive, a relationship, a marriage that should not exist, that should never be. The period that you're supposed to do this, you will not. You'll be like giving it like second thoughts. And let me chill. Let me see how it goes. Let me see how it moves. Let me see how this is going to turn out to be. Let me see what we need to do about it. Let me see how we are moving. Let us see what direction we are moving. You know, you begin to think about it till the day that you have no hope anymore. Any hope of getting anything for yourself, anything clear for yourself. It is when it gets to that point that you now begin to think, have I made a mistake? When it gets to a point where you don't have any space, any opportunity anymore for you to put things right for yourself. I guess that's what happened to Mohbad at the end of the day. It got to a time in Mohbad's life, he realized that Cynthia should be done with, but it is too late. It is too late. We are not saying, oh, we want to make it stick that Cynthia is the one that put something in the neck of Mohbad and Mohbad by. It could be anything. The thing is that there are some relationships or marriages that should not exist. They should not exist. They should never exist. When Mohbad was to get out, when he was supposed to get out, he didn't get out. No, he didn't get out. He stayed. He stayed in the relationship. He stayed in. Kept on. Now, they said he didn't fight his friend. It was his friend that fought him. It was his friend that got him upset. It was his friend that made him unhappy. The friend didn't make him unhappy. It was actually he got himself upset. Okay, it has happened, it has happened. You know, we begin to hear a lot of, I mean, it's a serious issue. We hear so much. We hear so much of what should have been and what should not. We hear so much. But at the end of the day, what I can deduct from it all is, in life, there are certain things that you should not do. There are certain things you should not do. Don't dare it. Don't be in a relationship that you have been warned. Don't be in a relationship that you have been told to quit, to stop, to move on, to move away. Don't be in that relationship. Mohbad was warned several times. He was warned by the spiritualists that he went to back. Don't stay off this thing. This there is going to, it's like a kind of bad luck kind of life. Stay off. This is bad luck. Move away. Stay away. Mohbad didn't listen. Now we might be like, should we blame him? Who knows what spell? Who knows what he was? But before the spell thing came into it, Mohbad himself had already allowed, let it be a lesson. That's the point. Not because we are blaming Mohbad and blaming Mohbad. It's not about the blame of Mohbad. It's not about the blaming of Mohbad. That's not the thing here. But I'm just emphasizing on it so that everyone alive now can pick on one or two lessons to learn. You might be living in such, you might be experiencing this and you're doing nothing about it. Yeah. You might be experiencing this in your life and you are not taking steps towards getting out of it. And to you, it's like, well, what the hell? It's not a big deal. It will get better. It might never get better. It might remain so forever if you're not careful. I don't know what your thoughts are. I don't know what you think about it all. You've heard it. These are the steps that Mohbad took in his life. And this is the eventual result of it. He took steps that cost him. It cost him a lot. It cost him his life. His inaction in certain things that he was supposed to take action and he didn't take, it cost him a lot. And it cost him so much that we are talking about it today. We're all talking about it today. And it is for real. It is for real. We're talking about it today. He would have been alive if only he didn't give room to Delilah to derail him or to bring in negative energy into his life. If he had listened, I repeat again, if he had listened to the seer or wherever they went to that gave them, both him and Prime Boy, that is now attached to the journey in between that ended his life. Prime Boy was there. Prime Boy's name was there. And Prime Boy was there when they were both told, stay off these women, these particular girls, you Mohbad, stay off, this girl in your life will end you. And when Mohbad had issues, they still said the same thing, like, if that girl does not leave him, like they don't split apart, one of them was RIP. Because there is this wickedness, this spirit, this evil, this energy that is moving in between them, moving in around them, passing what is not supposed to be passed in between them. Like, either it's Mohbad's decision. I mean, we've seen countless videos and audio recording that shows that their relationship was a strained one. I know it's not easy at times. Maybe you might be kind of tied with that person emotionally, tied to that person. Not to talk of the one that is doing juju, to make sure that you don't see nobody apart from her. It becomes messy. It becomes so difficult. So difficult. It is easier to say words in this situation than to be in that reality. But then we can awaken ourselves with this so that we just don't see it as justice for Mohbad alone. But you yourself, maybe now you need justice for yourself before it is too late. Justice for yourself now before it is too late. Don't end up like Mohbad. Don't end up like Mohbad. Don't end up in that condition situation that maybe he was brought into, manipulated into, or he brought himself into it. Don't get caught.